Federal Parliament is due to sit today, but with the nation's capital under a COVID lockdown, it'll be different. Temperature testing will be used for the first time, with only a handful of MPs from either side of the aisle present. Our political reporter Trudy McIntosh has more on what to expect.
The nation's capital is facing its most concerning COVID-19 cluster since the start of the pandemic. As Canberra enters its second week of lockdown, the usual hustle and bustle has come to a halt and the streets are largely empty. But on Capitol Hill, politicians are preparing for a return of Parliament.
There won't be an issue in terms of there being enough members to be able to sit in the Parliament.
At the time the lockdown was announced, the Chief Minister made his preference clear.
Now is probably not the time for the federal Parliament to return.
Other states postponed their parliaments during lockdowns. For federal Parliament, that was ruled out last year, as per advice from the nation's Chief Medical Officer. As with previous sitting weeks, extra precautions are being taken, like mandatory temperature checks introduced for the first time. The building will be closed to the public. Inside, it's a skeleton crew. The usual chaos in the corridors of Canberra will be missing, with only a few dozen MPs allowed to attend, most of whom stayed after the last sitting fortnight. The usual roar of question time replaced by a much more subdued chamber. The lower house of Parliament is normally made up of 151 MPs, 76 Coalition, 68 from the opposition and 7 members of the crossbench. This week it will look drastically different. Only 25 government MPs, 18 from Labor and 1 crossbencher will be present. Those at home able to participate virtually via video link.
The member for Kingston Smith may be on mute because we can't hear him at the moment.
The process not without technical challenges, but there is bipartisan agreement on the importance of Parliament proceeding.
Our democratic processes are important.
With every effort made to ensure Parliament doesn't become the next super spreader event. Trudy McIntosh, Sky News, Canberra.